Yeah, I just don't want to. I just don't want to keep broadcasting, if somebody's on the page.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
don't know if anyone would be at this time, but you never know. Yeah, I just don't want to. I just don't want to keep broadcasting.
Well, we've already raised $1,000. That's pretty cool.
Nice. Okay, I am on the GiveSmart page.
All right. Do you want me to throw it up there just for a second so you can see if it works?
Yeah, that's fine. And then I would turn it off.
Yeah.
Do you agree, Courtney? We can't hear you, but you're not muted. Courtney, you may need to leave and come back in. I heard, yeah, I read lips. Okay. You've included Ryan in the email you sent, right, Dave?
I just hit respond. I just hit reply all to the email Courtney sent yesterday.
Okay. I'll text him.
All right. Amy, if you, one sec, let me save.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. I am actually on the line with my son's doctor, so I'm here, but go on without me whenever the rest of the group gets here.
Sounds good. Amy, if you want to check the page and like make sure you can click on the link and everything.
Live event streaming now. Oh, there's a typo, live eventing.
Of
Can you
course.
fix that?
Test and make sure the link works. And then
I know. Yeah.
All right, cool. Then I'm going to take it down in case anybody's watching.
Okay. Yeah, and then fix that typo, please.
All right, cool. All right. Now, all right, that's fixed. All right, cool. So all that's down. I'll put that back up right before we go live.
And then when you go live, like you can just broadcast, like the logo or something, right?
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is like right now it's set to Main Streets, but I'm gonna switch it to home view page so I can always do that
perfect.
if you need it. Yeah.
Okay. Good morning, Ann.
Ann.
I'm hoping the other 3 saw the link in the email.
Yeah.
Oh, I will text Marcy.
Okay, thank you.
Oh. Oh, Ryan just said the link's not working. Let me send him the new link again. One sec.
So Jill and Ann, it's a little early for you guys to be drinking. You're muted.
We're just preparing for tonight, Amy.
At this point, it's never too early to drink.
Oh, Jill, you're using the old background again
No. Okay.
because the logo should be at the top and it's white and the wine glass is a little smaller.
I just sent
All
Ryan
right.
updated info. So hopefully.
Snowing out. What the hell? And what about Vanessa?
Oh, it is snowing. You're right.
That's what I hear. So what? Not always, but it's really coming down where I'm at.
It's not snowing here in West Chicago.
Oh, by the way, Sean's going to drop your stuff off.
Okay. What time?
He's going to meet me at my chef at 12, and it's only you and Frank that he's dropping off. So before 2, definitely. So we're using this meeting notification tonight.
Yep. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
this is the exact same one. All right, Ryan just hopped on. Let me make him a panelist. Courtney, we can't hear you again.
Did we get a final agenda?
I think
Yeah, I believe Courtney sent it yesterday.
Ann, do you have an agenda that you can email to me so I can print it out?
Marcy said she did get the new link, but it's not letting her in. Is she in the waiting?
I don't see her. There's no one under attendees. Let's see here.
All right, good morning, everybody. Am I on now? I think I had to rejoin a couple of times for audio and video.
Yeah. Courtney, can you send me unless Ann, did you find it?
I just sent it to you.
Okay, thanks.
Vanessa's on.
I'm telling her to retry it.
All right, cool.
So just a couple of housekeeping things. Good morning, everybody. It's the big day. I did talk with GiveSmart again yesterday. So a friendly reminder to please take a minute and register on the site. You will see an opportunity to register, which will be great. Our GiveSmart tech for the evening is Lisa England, and she is going to be jumping on a call with me at 3:30, and then she will be joining us via the link at 4:15 when the group gathers. It's important to register because we are going to be sending reminder texts throughout the course of the evening and through the next couple of days, which is great. It's sort of like an automatic communication tool. So if you get an opportunity, definitely go on and register. Thank you. And Dave, the official link that you just sent out, that's the link for tonight as well, and I can share that with Lisa.
Yep, it's the same. It'll be the same event or same
Okay.
Zoom meeting.
Okay, perfect. And are we just waiting for Maricela?
So she sent me a message that says she clicked on the last email Courtney sent, and it says webinar is over and you can't register now.
Oh, sorry. I just sent a new one.
Your other one, Dave, is for South Suburban Pads, is how it shows up. So
Yeah, that's how it was. That's how it was labeled when it was made. Let me double check here. I'm going to reply all, and let me make sure. Oh yeah, Marcel's on here. All right, she should have just gotten a new email that has the new link in it.
Okay, great.
And now let's just say that. And Amy, Amy's on. Once we're done with this, I'm going to go through and see if I can rename it so it's not named that, the South Suburban Pads.
Mhm.
Maybe we should all join at 4 o'clock tonight instead of 4:15.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Have you heard anything from Marcella?
Joe?
I'm looking. She I wonder if I keep wondering if I'm going to give her a call because she sent me a screenshot of the webinar is over. You can't register now. Contact Main Street.
That was the old link.
Yeah.
Right.
Dave, can you also go in the back end of Rolling Meadows and just change the name so it shows?
I should be able to.
Yeah, you should be able to, just so it doesn't. I mean, I know the only people that will see it is in this group right now.
Yeah. No problem.
well, let's talk about the bright side of things. Hopefully it snows all day and people want to stay inside for a happy hour.
I just want to know, everybody, is your mailbox, like your mailbox at home, just full of
The
campaign?
tax things, yeah. The
Jeez.
campaigning, tax things. I mean, I
Oh
was
my
telling my
God.
wife, I was like, the amount of money this year that's spent on this stuff is astronomical. I mean, it's like yeah, it's crazy, Ann. I just talked to my wife about that this weekend. I was like, this is absurd.
Yesterday my mailbox was full. I just took it right to recycling and just dumped it in here.
Right.
Me too.
It's crazy. Imagine if those people saved their money and gave it to nonprofits.
I know.
Right,
I
yeah.
know. Oh, there's a lot of stuff we could talk about with that, Ann. Holy smokes. Money that's
Yeah.
been spent is like, what? You come on, allocate funds a little bit differently, people.
Right.
Seriously.
I mean, that goes all the way up to the top. That's why I was just talking to somebody about how I wish I was a moderator. How do I become a moderator for a
You have-
presidential debate so I
you
can ask some real questions?
The amount of money that is being siphoned out of, or not siphoned, but I mean, that is flowing in and out of these campaign accounts. It's obscene, like absolutely obscene. And it's all for those,
Why?
it's all for those flyers that are filling our inbox, that are filling our mailboxes. It's absolutely obscene. Like
Yeah,
I've
I
never
agree.
seen anything like it. It's absolutely obscene.
I couldn't imagine how much money I mean, I do mailers with realtors and stuff like that. And it's like, I can't believe how many I get. It's like, wow. I don't even know any other names because I toss them right in the trash. I'm terrible. I'm like, I couldn't even finish the Bears.
But they all
game
go in the
last night.
trash. So it's like, what? Like,
I know. It's just such a waste. It's crazy.
So
Well,
I'm
hopefully
gonna,
there's hopefully there's
sorry.
a lot of people that are thinking the same way we are, you know, like, come on, let's get it together, peoples.
Yeah. Maybe we should get started.
Yeah, because I'm pretty short on time not to like run it.
No, I hear ya. So why don't we just go ahead and kick it off? Jill, if you can hear me, we're gonna get started and hopefully Marcy can pop in before her point. So let's do it.
give me one sec here. I'm just finished feeding my dogs. Hey,
Hey,
all right. So I'm in the process of getting ready too. So, all right. So, hello, welcome to Happy Hour at Home. Although the setting is far different from how we usually come together, I want to express how glad we are to still have you joining us this evening. Your support of our organization means so much, but even more so this year. As a show of our appreciation, we still found a way to host our ever famous cocktail and appetizer reception, courtesy of the boundlessly creative Dominic and Mark with My Chef Catering out of Naperville. While I wish we could all be together right now, I know that Home DuPage and I raise our virtual glasses to you. I will meet you back shortly after we enjoy these one-of-a-kind drink and appetizer experiences. So cheers.
Hello, my name is Anna O'Dowd, Executive Director of Home DuPage. Thank you for watching our video today, which focuses on client outcomes through our work at Home DuPage. We are in such unprecedented times right now with the global pandemic that is happening all around us.
Vanessa, just so you know, this is what the ending looks like, so you know when it's about to cut back to you.
What bills we could pay, what brought the Home DuPage.
Okay.
A lot of help with the application process, and she streamlined that and made it very easy for us. And we're immensely grateful to Anna and to Home DuPage. Without their help, we probably would not have received the assistance, and we would have lost our home 9 months ago.
And then just so you know, I didn't have a chance to go through and look at that final sponsor list, but I'll have it by tonight or this afternoon. So I'm not worried about that, nor should you be. So Thank you again to Dominic and Mark at My Chef Catering of Naperville, who is our event sponsor. Your continued support and partnership is greatly appreciated. On that note, I would like to take this moment to recognize additional sponsors of tonight's event. We'd like to thank our gold level sponsors, Wheaton Bank and Trust, REMAX and their board member, Josie Morrison and Ann Odell. Main Street Organization Realtors is one of our silver level sponsors. Bronze level sponsors, Cottage 24, State Farms, Tina Tenaris, Chicago Title Trust Company, Inland Bank, and the Clubhouse of Oak Brook. And just remind me once more, because I didn't go back and look at that list, Clubhouse of Oak Brook is another event sponsor.
They should be thanked with Dominic.
With Dominic? Okay, all right, that's fine.
Dominic and Mark.
All right, perfect.
Agree, Courtney?
Got it.
Okay.
I'd also like to recognize all of our board members whose commitment to Home DuPage is appreciated beyond words. Lastly, the Home DuPage staff deserves a virtual standing ovation. Without your tireless efforts, we could not make the impact that we do. I know the work that you do is especially challenging this year. You have continued to pivot on a moment's notice and keep the client's needs at the forefront. You are the unsung heroes of this county, and no, actually of this state. Thank you for all that you do. You continue to be a beacon of hope to so many, and you are saving what people hold most dear, and that's home. Home, something of us, something that we are all fortunate enough to know so well. It is not just a place though, is it? It's a feeling of safety, a feeling of comfort, and a feeling of family. Home is somewhere you know you have waiting for you at the end of a gruelingly long day, be it a day of work, school, or just a bad day in general. You feel wrapped in its arms and you can fully be yourself at home. For 28 years, Home DuPage's mission has been to not only assist people in finding this safe space, but helping them keep it. Enter the year 2020, and the number of people in need has multiplied greatly. Our organization offers what people need most, now more than ever, to help them find and keep a home. We are so grateful to have you here with us as we invite you into our home and share with you why we at Home DuPage matters. And it's now my pleasure to introduce Home DuPage's Executive Director, Ann Odell.
Thank you, Vanessa. I want to thank everyone for giving us the pleasure of joining us this evening for our Happy Hour at Home event. My name is Ann Odell, and I'm the Executive Director of Home DuPage, an organization that focuses their work right here in our own community. We are here this evening to let you know about the best kept secret in DuPage County, Home DuPage, a nonprofit housing counseling organization that started 29 years ago, serving residents of DuPage County. Home, an acronym that incorporates all that we do: home, ownership, money, education. Before we get started, I wanted to share with you why home matters and why I do the work I do at Home DuPage. Clearly, it is the Home DuPage mission and vision which continue to be highlighted every day through the work that is done. Together, our small but mighty team commits to our mission of providing a full range of services to promote sustainable, responsible home ownership with an emphasis on serving first-time home buyers, low and moderate income households, and homeowners in crisis. Coupled with our vision statement of being a leader and a resource to educate and empower individuals to be successful homeowners through the use of innovative programming and partnerships. This is true now more than ever. It's an honor to work with a team that genuinely cares about the clients that they serve and the community that we live. All of this truly makes working at home so meaningful. Winston Churchill once said, "Don't let a crisis go to waste." Unfortunately, at the end of March, we began a crisis which continues today. Together, our staff changed our thinking on how to do business, and we did it quickly. In fact, this has given a supercharge to the Home DuPage staff. As we worked diligently creating our new norm of business, how business as usual will be, many of our clients and those of our 25 partner agencies in DuPage County have needed us and will continue to need us now more than ever. Let me assure you, we are here and we are ready for them. Whether clients have been furloughed from their employer or gainfully employed, falling behind on mortgage payments, facing eviction or foreclosure, looking to purchase a new home, we are here to help. Over the past several months, our new norm of business has included not only virtual workshops, however, counseling and financial coaching appointments as well. Our team has also been creative in implementing other forms of communication for those who are not able to do virtual in order to keep them engaged during these very trying times. Home DuPage team members have embraced the new business as usual in order to bring our clients and those of our 25 nonprofit partners the quality of service that we have always had. I would ask that if you yourself are in need of our services or might know someone who is, please send them our way. Home DuPage has been in business since 1992, the only HUD-approved housing counseling agency in DuPage County, offering an array of different services, starting with a pre-purchase program for those first-time home buyers in DuPage County, helps them to really understand the process of home buying and can match them with down payment assistance grants that might be available to them. One of the biggest down payment assistance grants currently that's available is a $14,999 down payment assistance program. Our housing counselors are happy to work with new homeowners in order to find the product that works best for them. We also have Preserving Our Homeownership program, foreclosure. It is real. It is in DuPage County. Normally, there is an average of 115 new foreclosure cases filed each month in DuPage County. However, once the moratorium is lifted, we expected this to increase twofold. Home also has a unique program, Counselor in the Court. Normally, Home sits in foreclosure court 4 to 5 days per week, meeting those facing foreclosure right there in the courtroom. Right now, with proceedings being virtual, the judge in the courtroom is referring those clients to Home DuPage. Another service we offer is reverse mortgage counseling. This is for seniors, assisting them in determining if a reverse mortgage will be right for them. Financial literacy services, the common thread that runs through all of our programs, an essential piece that is part of everything that we do. Also, we partner with 25 nonprofit agencies throughout DuPage County. Our financial literacy coaches are delivering our services to those nonprofits, all while meeting with our own clients. All Home DuPage staff are HUD certified and trained and certified in their own program area. I want to mention that our services are of minimal or no charge to our clients. Home DuPage relies on federal, countywide, and foundation grants, donors in the community, and fundraisers such as this one to provide our services. As we continue on this venture, Home DuPage remains to be an organization that is vital in keeping the communities of DuPage County alive. Today, I am inviting you to join me as our team from Home continues their work in the community, family by family. Our team is dedicated to meeting those clients where they are at, whether seniors striving to keep their home, worried about budgeting or credit during these unprecedented times, or ready to purchase a home. Please join me in donating to our cause as our team helps families achieve their dream, whatever their dream may be.
Thank you so much, Anne. And now I'm very pleased to introduce one of Home DuPage's very own superheroes, staff member Jill Kimak.
Hey, Jill, you're muted.
Thank you.
No.
Okay, from the top. Hey, thanks, Vanessa. I'm glad to have this opportunity tonight to talk about the financial fitness program at Home DuPage. Education and coaching are at the core of the financial fitness program. We partner with other agencies and organizations in DuPage County, such as libraries, and we deliver presentations on financial capability topics, such as creating a budget, or understanding your credit report or bank on it, among other topics. Where the real action takes place, or where the you see the greatest impact or influence on financial fitness is through one-on-one financial coaching. And that's where you see individuals take steps forward towards financial stability. We use a client-centered approach in our financial coaching. And this allows individuals to set their own goals, and we support them in the steps that they take in choosing how they want to achieve these goals. And it's really empowering. It allows a person to focus on what's important to them versus what's important to me. And it's then when real meaningful movement forward occurs, when clients are engaged, have ownership, feel valued and respected. And evidence suggests that this autonomy in making decisions is what leads to sustained motivation in any aspect to achieving your goals. Now, when the pandemic hit, my initial concern was, would I be able to make that connection and build trust on a virtual platform? Because when clients are coming to us, typically it's during a time where they're in some distress. They may be feeling shame or embarrassment regarding the situation that they're in. And in discussing their financials makes them feel very vulnerable. But that wasn't the case. I found that people really valued making this connection during such uncertain times, that they look forward to our appointments because it was added support, and it was support that was positive in taking steps towards increasing financial stability. And some really good things happened during this time. I had clients who took their stimulus check, they opened a savings account for the first time, and they used it to build an emergency savings fund. I also had clients that took their stimulus check to pay down toxic debt that was holding them back by keeping their credit score low. And then I had clients that used this stimulus check to put towards a down payment on their first home. Really positive activities towards achieving that financial stability. And I'd like to share a story with you regarding a client. Her name is Hazel, and we'll refer to her as Hazel. She's a mother of two. And in June, she became a victim of a hit and run accident, which left her in the hospital for 2 weeks, undergoing 2 surgeries and facing 12 weeks of rehab. Now, on the positive side, Hazel was receiving short-term disability, which was 60% of what she would typically earn while she was working. And this certainly put her behind on some bills. To further complicate things, in this accident, Hazel's car was totaled. And so she was really struggling. One of her neighbors, who was a former financial fitness client, referred her to our program. And when I first met Hazel, she wept at the thought of going through her credit report because she had so much fear and anxiety. And at that point, I told her not to worry. I am going to be there every step of the way with her. We will go through it together. I'll help you develop a strategy, and you'll see, you'll be able to make things turn around. Well, Hazel hit the ground running, and she paid off some toxic debt. She added credit building accounts, and she even put her stimulus check towards the down payment of a new house in which she plans on moving in 2 years. So it's incredibly inspiring. I'm humbled to be able to witness this type of transformation. And that's why I keep doing the job that I do, because it's a wonderful place to be in at Home DuPage. And now I'd like to introduce you to another inspiring individual who has a great story to share with you as well. Miraciela Gomez Conde. And I don't know if she's on. I don't think she was able to get on.
Yeah, I don't see her on here, and no one's in the waiting room.
So, Jill, it's Courtney. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's continue on, but let's make sure that you and I, and maybe even Dave, if you could just make sure, like if we could have one more opportunity to call her and try to get her on the correct link, obviously not now, but before the event. Maybe she's just having a little technical difficulty. So,
She is.
Hey, Courtney, do you want to send that code to Jill? Because Jill, you were texting her, weren't you?
Right.
Because I think if she just goes to zoom.com and then manually types in the code for the webinar, she should be able to get in.
okay.
So if I don't have Jill's cell phone, so if one of you can send that over to her.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Jill, I can get your cell phone number, and yeah, I think we need to just move on from waiting, because I know some folks have a hard stop. So let's just continue on. Back to Vanessa. You can introduce Ryan, and we'll get Maricela the code.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Maricela, for sharing your story. I'm at a loss for words at the moment. Thank you. Thank you for placing your trust in Home DuPage to support you along your incredibly inspiring journey. I'm so pleased to hear that partnerships across organizations, such as the one between Home DuPage and Loaves and Fishes, continue to support those across our communities. Again, thank you for sharing your story with us. This is incredibly moving and incredibly powerful. At this time, I would like to introduce board member Ryan Horvath to share why home matters to him.
Thank you, Vanessa, and thank you for everyone for attending our event this year. It is quite different, like Ann said, but we greatly appreciate you taking time out of your day to learn more about Home DuPage and what we do in our community. I think before I dive into what home matters, I should probably give you a little bit of history of myself and where my passion for homes and home ownership began. See, it began at a very young age. I'm the youngest of 4 boys, and I watched my mother and my father move from Chicago to DuPage County in their mid-20s before I was born. With 3 little boys and a father who struggled pretty much every year as a union carpenter, being laid off. And he just fought. He continued to fight. He continued to do what he could to improve the situation for his family. So he was able to buy a lot in his mid-20s in DuPage County because of the opportunities that the county provided versus the current opportunities he had in Chicago. I heard stories when I grew up of my father working very, very hard all day and into the evenings and coming home to work on building his house for his family, while my 3 brothers and my mom and dad were spending time at my great-grandfather's house. That's where they lived. Very often, my mom had stories about how my dad wouldn't show up for dinner, and she would go down to the construction site to see how he was doing, and she would find him asleep often in the corner, just worked to the bone and exhausted. But he built that home, and I was fortunate to be born in it and grew up there in DuPage County with all of the wonderful resources that it had to offer. I remember the dinners. I remember the comfort, as Vanessa said, the safety. You know, home is a special place, and it has been in my life for a long time. My parents always had their doors open. We made dinners, the smells, the comfort levels, and all the guests that came over just made me want my own home when I was, as soon as I possibly could. So like my father, I worked hard. I worked very hard. I saved as much as I could, and I purchased my first home in December 2007. And I'll never forget the feeling. It was that for me instantly, a place where I can get away from it all and sit and relax and be comfortable and get the rest that I needed in order to keep working hard. A couple of years later, the financial crisis was happening. It was deep. It hit me pretty hard. I was in the mortgage industry, and a lot of the clients that I worked with were self-employed clients, and the stories were getting tremendously hard to hear. There were more and more homeowners that I worked with and helped in the past that were entering default stages and on the verge of losing their home to foreclosure. I had started a business around the same time and was doing relatively well. Despite having all these emotional stories in my life, I was able to help as many people as I could. Unfortunately, the ones that were hitting the hard road of foreclosure, there wasn't much that could be done back then. It was a really hard time to navigate for homeowners. Shortly after, I found myself spiraling out of control in debt, trying to keep a business alive and trying to keep my home. All of the emotions that I heard over the phone through people became very real for me. It was a tremendous situation, and I did not know really where to go. It was the pride of home ownership and building credit and saving to do it, and watching it go away so quickly was extremely difficult. You know, bills were mounting, other debt was climbing. I didn't have credit card debt, but to try to keep my home and try to keep my business at that time, I had to use those to stay afloat. And before you know it, I was in foreclosure. I roughly had $25,000 of credit card debt, which just seemed incredibly daunting. I had no idea how I could possibly get out of it. And again, I mean, I felt alone. Despite being in the mortgage industry and knowing some of the lingo, and being able to navigate a little bit like that, it was still a whole new territory for me that was extremely hard. And I didn't know where to go and who to talk to, because I also wasn't comfortable telling my story. I felt failure. I felt a number of other tremendously hard emotions to deal with at the time. And I fought through as much as I possibly could. And I ended up getting a home modification that took me 14 months. And while I was going through the process, I had other friends and other family and people that were reaching out to me that were trying to do the same thing. And they were defeated because they didn't know how to navigate it. And it didn't seem like people wanted us to keep our homes. It really seemed like the opposite. And not knowing where to go and not knowing where the knowledge was, is just a horrible feeling that I wouldn't wish on anyone. And last year, I had the privilege of attending Home DuPage's event in October, the breakfast, where I heard testimonials like Maricella's and others that really just, it hit home for me, pun intended. I mean, it brought out emotions and it brought out so many things I hadn't thought about for a while. And instantly I knew I wanted to be involved. However that was, if I could give back and I can donate, you know, financially, this was an organization, Home DuPage, that I wanted to do that with. Those testimonials moved me in a tremendous way. I knew the feeling, especially of those hitting financial crisis. I know how it feels to climb a mountain to get out of debt. It feels impossible. You don't really know where to begin, and how challenging it is to navigate alone. And Home DuPage and this organization showed me that people don't have to be alone. It is a tremendous resource, like Anne said, to help people with first-time home buyers and navigating all the different grants that can be out there, to financial fitness classes. How can I save my money to build the reserve, like Jill referred to, so I don't have that anxiety and that stress when I need a little extra money, to get my own place that I can call home to be comfortable. That resource is Home DuPage. Everybody needs to be aware of it. And that is why I'm involved today. That's why I'm on here. And hopefully that's why all of you guys are on here as well. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you for joining, because the knowledge of what this organization can do for consumers in DuPage County is tremendous. It's something that we all need to know. And if you're feeling any of those things, or you need help in any of those areas, take advantage of what Home DuPage has to offer. If you live and work in DuPage County and you run into others who are struggling, send them to Home DuPage. Because trust me, having somebody to help you navigate through what seems impossible is incredibly important. And if you're able to donate financially and you feel the need to do so, we greatly appreciate it. Those numbers, as Ann referred to, we expect to climb in the foreclosure world here in DuPage County threefold, according to what the numbers are showing us. And these people need the help. And any donation that you can make does exactly that. It helps people. It helps people get a home, and it helps people maintain and stay in their home. So thank you again. Thank you for all who have already donated and the sponsors. It was a pleasure to share my story, and I hope you guys have a great happy hour. All right, so usually I don't rehearse things like that, so it's kind of weird for me to do my story all the time. I feel like I didn't hit my #1 gold standard, so I will this evening. It's not always the easiest thing to talk about, but thanks for giving me the opportunity. I failed to mention in there, one of the things I had in my notes is to talk about the home that I have right now with my 4 children and my 2 dogs. It actually brings emotion out when I do talk about that, so I kind of left it to the side a little bit, but that'll come out this evening, and how it's amazing to be able to go home to that after everything I went through. So I'll knock it out of the park tonight.
I mean, I think you knocked it out of the park already.
Thank you, Vanessa.
So, that was awesome. And I really appreciate you sharing that with us too. So that was awesome. That was awesome.
Ryan, that was beautiful. I've chatted with you a little bit, but I've never heard your full story and how impactful. I think that's awesome. So kudos to you and everybody on this call. I will just say a little bit of feedback, and if you want to add it in,
Yep.
Ryan, there will be a donate now button. So if you at some point want to infuse the fact that guests between now and end of day on Thursday can go in, come back to that link, hit the donate now button, and help us achieve that. I think we put the $10,000 goal. You could also add in there, please feel free to share this link with friends or families or colleagues that may not have been able to join us tonight, who still may want to make an impact. Again, they can visit that link and hit what it's called donate now button, because that's how it'll appear on the site. And there will be some sort of toggle graphic to kind of watch us hit our goal. And the other thing you and I had talked about, Ryan, is why don't we exchange cell phones? I'll shoot you an email, because I can be watching that. And as potential donations come in during your piece, I can shoot you a text if you want to reference that. So those are just a couple of little add-ons.
Perfect.
But yeah, I thought you nailed it.
Right on. It's a hard thing to talk about, and I do really love Home DuPage, even though I'm a newbie. I'm still a rookie. I wish I knew about it a long time ago.
No, it's awesome. So yeah, I'll send you an email. We'll be sure to swap cell phone numbers. And then if you want to just have your cell by you, I can, like I said, text you as the event's going on. And if you want to reference that to add on to your, hey, thanks to John S., for your donation of $50 or whatever, just a couple of shout outs. And then I heard Maricela, did you make it on?
Yes, I'm here. I want to apologize. It would not let me in. It kept saying that the webinar was over. I sent Jill pictures. I tried 8 times. I tried from a different, I tried my Apple computer, my Apple iPad. I tried different ways of getting in, and the only way I could get in was with that code. So if I have problems with this afternoon, is that going to be the same code or another code?
Yeah, it'll be the exact same code as it was this morning.
Okay, but this code that Jill sent me.
Yeah. Yep, that'll work for you this afternoon too.
Yeah, I apologize. I've been sitting here since like about 7:50, like trying to play with, and I don't like to be late. It gives me anxious and gives me anxiety to be unorganized and late, and I just don't like it. So
no, that's okay. That's okay.
I'm not happy right now.
No problem. So what ended up working for you?
The code that Jill sent me, like a 13-letter code, 13-number code or Zoom.
Okay, so yeah,
I'll keep that just in case. And since I'm going to stay home because it's snowing and I won't drive anywhere, I will be able to get on at 4:50. I'll try to get on at 4, So if there's any technical issues or whatever, I can get a hold of Jill and she can get a hold of whoever, unless I have a direct contact so that I can get a hold of the techie guy. Is that you?
Yeah, if you want, you can totally have my contact number, and I'm going to turn on the Zoom at 4. So if you want to try to log in at any point, that's fine. Here, I'm going to throw my cell phone in the chat here. If anyone has any questions or needs any help, feel free to shoot me a text or give me a call.
I'm sorry, what is your name?
Oh, I'm Dave. No problem.
Okay.
It says Home DuPage under my name, so no worries.
Yeah. Okay, Dave. I like I said, I apologize. Do you want me to say this or do you guys just, I'll wing it tonight. I wing it all the time.
Well, let me ask you, Marisol, do you feel like you've practiced enough or do you want to run through one more time?
I mean, I feel like I practiced enough, but y'all want me to say it again, I'll say it again.
All right, you know what? Go ahead. Why don't you do one more run through and then that'll get us off just before 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Go
I'll
ahead.
make it. I timed myself yesterday, so I was only at 6 minutes yesterday. So, because I know it's a 5-minute thing, right?
A couple minutes over is all right. All right, you're on.
Okay. Thank you, Jill. Good evening, everybody. My name, as they said, is Marisela Gomez Canby. My journey with Home DuPage is actually a full circle. And I hope that that circle continues and never ends. I was looking for a way to refinance, could not refinance because of a divorce that left me financially in trouble. And lo and behold, one day looking through emails, I saw this email. It said Home DuPage. I opened it up. I started to fill it out, all excited. It said it would help the hardest hit. And I'm thinking, well, I got hit pretty hard. So a friend of mine discouraged me and said, look, that's not for you. You pay your things on time. You may not eat, but you pay your things on time. So that's for people that do not, cannot pay their stuff. So if I were you, I wouldn't, ask for help. So I let it go. I filled it out halfway. Thank God, halfway, because I had my phone number. A couple of days later, I received a call from a number I didn't recognize, but I said, no, okay, I'll pick it up. Who could it be? And on the other line was Miss Diana. And she's like on the other line, like, why didn't you finish filling out this form? And I'm like, excuse me? Like, who are you? Oh, I'm Diane from Home DuPage. I saw that, you started to fill out this application and you didn't finish it. And by this time I'm looking over my shoulder, under the table, like I'm looking for the camera. Is this a joke? How do they get my information? But I guess I filled it out enough that the agency did get my information, and thank God that she called me back, because she informed me that yes, I did qualify because of the divorce. I lost half of my income. And so we hit the floor running. I got her the paperwork. I was all excited. And it took about a couple months. And about the second week in August, I was so excited because I got the letter that I was accepted. And as anybody who is finally going to start getting back on their feet, I got excited. I started to make plans. Okay, this is going to pay my mortgage. I'll take the extra money. I'll bring down my debt, to make my credit better so that, I could refinance and do things that I would like to do. But as luck would have it, 2 weeks after I got approved, I was in a massive car accident that left me in the hospital for about a month. Shirley Ryan in downtown. I came back in a wheelchair for another 10 months. But the only thing that gave me comfort during this terrible, terrible time, not knowing if I was going to walk again, not knowing if this titanium bone was going to take, not knowing many things, I was assured that my house was saved because of Home DuPage, because of the help that they gave me. That gave me calmness, relief. The anxiety wasn't there that I was going to lose my house. 10 months into the being in a wheelchair, my friend took me to a partner, Loaves and Fishes, and to get food. And as a person that you work hard all your life, you never think that you are going to be on top of the world one moment and down on the floor the next. And I just remember sitting there in my wheelchair thinking, oh, here I am back again in the food line as I did as a child. And it wasn't a good feeling. You know, tears rolled down my face. But the people there were so kind, so considerate, so respectful. And then they were talking about this CART program. And I asked, you know, can I qualify for that? And they're like, well, do you have a job? And I said, yes. And so I got letters written by Child and Family Connections, because that's where I work as an interpreter. And therapists wrote letters, and which I was very touched. And I got accepted into the program. So you can imagine how happy I was. So when I go to the first class that they require us to do, there is Home DuPage again. And I was like, do you guys know this person? Is this the same agency? And they're like, yes. And I was just super excited. You know, Jill came with information, Anne was there. I just wanted to soak it up like a sponge. I wanted to learn everything that I could learn to make my situation better, make my credit better. Because one thing my father taught me when he came to this country was you have two things, your word and your credit. And for me, that was very important for me to get back. And they treated me with respect. They answered my questions. I kept bothering them, like, how do you do this? How do you do that? And they didn't seem bothered at all. They were just happy to help me. They were happy to get me back on my feet. They were, and most of the reason why I was more excited, not so much for myself, but what I could learn. One thing that, you know, I tell people all the time, what you learn, nobody can take away from you. It's your knowledge, it's power. And I was so excited to learn all of this stuff so that I can go out and share it with the families that I work with, to let them know that there's an agency out there that will help you try to get you to your first home, that would help you with your credit, that would help you in any way that they can. And I wanted people to know about Home DuPage, because I didn't know about Home DuPage. Home DuPage what? You know, if it wasn't for that tiny email that I got, I wouldn't know about Home DuPage. And I want anybody that lives in DuPage to know about it, especially in these times where everybody is afraid and losing and no work. So I just want to be very honest and very grateful that this agency saved me, saved my house, treated me with respect, treated me with honesty. They didn't see me as another broken person trying to go into the system or take advantage of the system. But if not, they saw me as a person that wanted to help herself, that wanted to get out of this position, because we all could be in this position. One moment we have everything, and the next moment we don't. And thank God for agencies like this. Thank God for donors. Thank God for people like Jill and Ann that are out there every day helping the community. So I am very proud of being part of this family called Home DuPage.
That was
Nicely
excellent. Thank you
done.
for sharing.
Really nicely done. Does anybody have any closing thoughts or questions, any needs from me?
Does my
Okay.
background look okay now?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes. Yes. So let's plan to be on before 4:15, whatever that means for you, just to get all lined up. Feel free to do one final promotion to your friends and colleagues. The link is in a format where you can text it, you can email. So actually over a text, it shows up really nicely as well, so people can do it on their phone. So kudos to everybody. Ryan, I'm going to get you my cell phone so I can get yours, and we'll see everybody this afternoon.
4 o'clock, right?
4
Yep.
o'clock.
I'll get
Bells
everything
and
started at 4.
whistles, makeup, I'll wear a fur jacket. No, just kidding.
Hey, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks.